Peace. Hello everyone, this is Shane with ROA Off-Road. As you can see, I am coming out of something really cool. This is an all-new BRS Pursuit. It's not new. BRS off-road has been around for quite some time, going on a decade in Australia, but it is new to North America. And ROA Off-Road in Utah and in South Carolina, we are the exclusive dealer for these trailers in all of America. So I'm excited to do a walk around and show you a little bit about this trailer. Stay tuned. We're gonna be taking this off-roading, doing some major torture tests, and we're also gonna be doing full tours and detailed. The owner and founder of BRS Off-Road, he came out to our Utah facility about a month ago and walked us through this, showed us everything, talked to us how it's built from top to bottom, and we're gonna be getting some more information from them, maybe visiting the factory. Super cool company, really excited to be working with them. I'm gonna just kind of do a quick walk around. These units are now available for sale in the USA, and they are spec'd out for 120, and you can be able to work these all throughout the United States of America. We have a few that will be coming online this year that you'll be able to potentially get if you want. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of just start from this area and I'm gonna work my way around. We're up here in the mountains in Utah, 8,000 feet. We actually had to bring in off-roading to get here. Pretty rough terrain. Luckily, it has a galvanized chassis. It's all steel, a rectangular hollow stud, very strong and robust. It is sitting on the XT Cruisemaster suspension and riding on a 275/70 with an 18-inch rim. That rim is pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. This does have electric drum. This suspension, like I said, is all Cruisemaster, and that's where you have that emblem right there, the Cruisemaster suspension. And these are the Razor all-terrain tires. Phenomenal tires. These are one of my favorite tires. I actually run these tires on my personal truck vehicle. But coming around here, we got some outside stereo. These are water hookups. I want to show you the kitchen. This does have 300 watts of solar on the roof on board. This unit, this particular unit, has 200 amp hours of lithium, but you can option to around 600 amps of lithium. This comes out here, and then you have a nice prep space right there, some storage, and they use this floor deck that you would see on yachts or boats, so very expensive, very premium. Also, you have some back there, lots and lots of storage. This stovetop clips out of the way, and then you can actually slide it this way. So you slide it all the way out, it then can rotate, and then you can plug in the gas. Everything works right here. You have your water system. You have some outlets for cell phone charging. You also, once again, like I said, you have the 120 volt plugs for the United States, also with some USB-Cs and some standard USB plugs. So you can keep your computers and phones, tablets all charged. Right here, we also have the Cruisemaster suspension. This makes it so you can lower it side to side. So when you get into camp, very easy to set up. You're just gonna pull in, open this door, and you'll be able to control your suspension up side to side. It does have an airbag suspension, and it rises about 6.5 inches. I'm not gonna go into crazy amount of detail because there's more and more detail to come. You do have nice lighting outside. You also have the amber lighting to deter the bugs away from you. They do have an option where these also can be amber as well. This is an 85-liter isotherm fridge. These are some of the best fridges on the market. There's also an additional 60 liters worth of fridge inside. So lots of fridge. And this is a little freezer. It's not super big, but look, we got frozen waters, so it works. 85 on this one, and then there's 2 drawer isotherm fridges that are 30 a piece. Right here, this opens up and there's a storage, and it's pass through. It's very deep, and you'll put your poles and other things in there. This is also a little storage compartment. It's not super deep, but back here you have the underbunk mounted 9,000 BTU air conditioning unit. He uses all this boat decking on everything. This does have a massive awning room. You can set it up as just an awning, or you can clip it in and make it into a fully enclosed room, so you can have almost double your living space. If you have kids and you don't mind them sleeping outside, you can throw out some cots. Coming up here, we have the Arc jockey wheel. This lifts up and down. It also will rotate completely out of the way. In our upcoming full tour, we'll give you more detail on that. Up here, this is a massive storage system. One of the things I want to mention is this unit, it's constructed out of aluminum and composite fiberglass. So the entire shell, where you see this line right here, this entire shell from here up is a one-piece mold composite fiberglass, which means it's seamless. It's a seamless design. So that roof really doesn't have anything to ever leak, not even an air conditioning, because the air conditioning unit is down here. The only thing you have up there is the mounting brackets for the solar panels and a little vent in the kitchen area. So really, that seamless design reduces the worry of water leaks or water intrusion. From here down, you have all aluminum. So the weight on this thing is pretty incredible. It can range depending on how you option it, but it comes in about 3,525 pounds. 3,500 pounds, that's insane. Almost any vehicle can tow this unit. Gladiator, Toyota 4Runner, I mean, anything that has a 5,000 plus towing capacity is really gonna be within your range. It has a very large GVW, it's over 5,700 pounds, so you have over 2,000 pounds of cargo. Obviously, depending on how you option it, it can weigh up to 3,700 or 3,800 pounds if you throw in a bunch of batteries. The overall length of the trailer is 19 feet, and that's from the tip of the hitch right here all the way to the back tire and the cargo area back there. From the ground, and this is with the suspension in the lowest position, all the way to the very tippy top of the roof is 9 feet. So if you have a 10-foot garage, it will be manageable to be able to get it inside your garage. Moving over into this area, we are up camping, and so the person that's using this, they got a bunch of stuff in it. It's just a short weekend trip though. This is some of the canvas for the bathroom. I'll show you kind of how that operates. This is not going to be a full tour, so I'm not going to go into crazy amount of detail, but you have two 20-pound propane tanks, and then you have some other, this could be jerry can water tanks or whatever you want to put up here. This area is completely sealed from the main cabin, so you can put pretty much anything, and also you have your lights out here. One of the things that I do like, a little attention to detail, are these latches. They have these dust protectors, or mud I've had issue, or snow. I've had issues where I'm driving on the roads and stuff gets stuck into these key cylinders and they're just a pain to open. So I like that little attention to detail. You have your brake that's integrated into the Cruisemaster suspension. You also have the DO 35, and this articulates almost 360 degrees in every direction, up and down. And this just really allows you to be able to hit those bumps up and down. You're articulating and you're on camber where your truck is going one direction, the trailer's going another direction. Instead of putting so much strain on something that you don't want, it's gonna move with you. Also going for those washes, ups and downs, makes it just way more capable off-road. You do have the standard American 7-pin. He's also plumbed this to be able to have a camera, and then also something that's very common in Australia is the Anderson connectors. So if you wanted to, through an alternator, you could run a wire back and be able to charge your batteries. A standard 7-pin is gonna give you a couple amps. This is gonna potentially give you over 30 amps of power coming in. It's really neat just to look at the design of this trailer. It's unbelievable. Like, look also at the view in the background. This is such an incredible campsite location, but also the trailer is really, really cool. 55 gallons of fresh water. So for a total overall 19-foot trailer, that's pretty robust. Right here you have an on-demand hot water heater. You also have an access to storage there, and you have another water spigot there. So as you're setting up and you're cranking things around, you get your hands dirty, you can wash your hands right there. This is one of my favorite things about this thing is look at these hinges. These hinges are massive hinges. I love these hinges. All this aluminum And then these gas assisted struts that lift the door up, these double lights. This basement storage area is massive. Look at this. That's 5 feet. I'm 6 feet, right? That's 5 feet. It wasn't directly straight. It was at a little bit of an angle, but yeah, you almost have 5 foot depth in there. You have some little pockets and cubbies. You have more lights in here too that you can turn on to be able to see and work in here at night. She has a full-size lifetime table in here. There's your toilet. It does have tie down, so you can tie it down while you're off-roading. Right here you have a charging system. Over here you have your inverter, and back in this corner you have your DC to DC. That's that thing that I was telling you about that will charge while you're driving down the road. A lot of these brands that they use in here is Endura Drive. It's a very good, reputable company. I mean, it's an Australian owned, but here you have another one of these plugs, just like what you saw on the front of the trailer. This is an Anderson connector, but this is designed for solar panels. So if you want to have some extra solar and lay it out on the ground with some briefcase, you can do that. This, you unscrew this out, and this is actually your intake for your furnace or your furnace exhaust. And I actually really like that they did this, because a lot of times you hear stories of, you know, bees or bugs flying in there and getting things messy. You don't need this always open. You don't need an open vent all the time unless you're using it, right? During colder months, you take it off and you use it. Otherwise, you can close this, and while you're driving down the road, you don't have to deal with dirt or anything getting inside of there. Which also brings me to, on top of the roof, there is a positive air pressure system. As you're driving down the road, it takes air into the cabin and pressurizes everything, which pushes the air out so dust can't intrude into the trailer. Right here, we have that 55 gallons of water and where you fill it up. And then of course we have a 30 amp plug, and that's for shore power. Down here we have the bathroom, and there is a clip here that you have to unclip to be able to pull this out. And this is very, very cool system. I'll have to open it from the inside. You do have a light right here. You got to turn on it. There's a light on the inside, and then you just turn that switch on, and then you can control it outside as well. This is a connection for TV, because who doesn't love TV when you're out camping? You want to plug in a satellite dish too as well. Mentioned a hookup for a camera. So this does give you a setup where you can have a camera while you're driving and be able to back up and know where you're going. Back here we have the spare tire. I love how they've put it on an angle. It also does open up and drop down, so you can get it out very easily. And then you have these stabilizer jacks, and you'll have some recovery points that are integrated into the frame right there. Once again, it's 3,500 pounds. That's pretty insane. This is not a heavy trailer. You can tow this with a lot of things, and it will be easy to recover it if you ever did get it stuck. Right here, these are open storage boxes. You can look in there. There's actually holes down at the bottom, so if you get water running down, it will drain out. So these you could put trash in, or the Australians would call it rubbish. This could be your rubbish bin. Whatever you want to do. You could also potentially use this as strapping points to put more stuff on. Let's head on inside. I do want to first show you these steps. These are electric. They go quite a bit out of the way. They drop down and you can step on them. One of the things that I do like is this. You can control this right there to turn it off, or you can turn it on, and it actually has different brightnesses. So if you want to get the mood down a little bit, and then you can also turn it on and off with a switch, which is right inside here. Here we are inside. This is a pretty small trailer. It's extremely light, but man, it packs a big punch. It has a lot of stuff for such a small trailer, and very capable, from the solar to the air conditioning unit to the Truma, the suburban water heater. So you're talking premium components. Everything is ducted throughout too as well. But over in this kitchen area, I want to say it's a massive little kitchen, because it's not huge, but it has everything you could ever want, from a oven, easily cook cookies, right? You might not put a Thanksgiving turkey in there, but you could make some yummy food, some sandwiches or some, you know, pot pies or whatever you want. You lift this up and we have a 4-burner gas cooktop. And these are nice burners too. It has a grate that covers everything very nicely, so the pans stay on here and they don't teeter totter. I've seen that on some trailers. We have inside speakers. We have the command center that controls everything, tells you how much time you have left using all of this power. You can go through here. They have monitors that show you your DC to DC, your solar, your draw. This tells each individual. It says this is a draw on the fridge outside. You can turn on these fridges. I mentioned there were fridges here. These are 30-liter isotherm fridges, and they can be fridge or freezer. So you can take that temperature all the way down to a freezer, and you have one over here as well. So if you wanted to, say, set that one outside to be more fridge and make these both freezers, or maybe one a fridge and one a freezer, so you have cold drinks and then your meats in here for cooking. You can check all of your different components that you're working through. You have your fresh water, you have your center, has 2 separate water tanks in here, and you have all the percentages right there. And you can work through here and be able to see everything, cabin temp. It gives you a lot of different information. We have a nice LED TV, and you have some plugs up here, USB ports, so if you want to stow some cell phones, and there is also a lip here so things won't slide off if you are leaving it up there while traveling. Over into here we have our sink with a drain, and you also have a water with a water purifier. There's a filter on it back behind one of these drawers that you can pull out easily. Everything is set up where you have a silverware tray, which I really appreciate. Got a bunch of manuals and information here on the trailer. These are aluminum with a European wood with a veneer on it. It's very nice in quality. And all of these latches are locking latches, as you can see, with a soft close. And then, like I mentioned, all aluminum cupboards. Big and deep cupboards everywhere. Here, another deep drawer. You do have a lot of shelves because they've just utilized this. Right here we have our fuses and breakers. Everything is marine grade. You have all the breakers, and right here, easy access to unscrew that off and be able to get to a lot of your 12-volt fuses. And then here, you're going to be able to control your inverter and all of your water heater, furnace, etc. Up here we have a stereo system, and this goes to all of the speakers throughout. Another thing that I really like is these fans. These are nice fans, and they actually have timers, so you can set them to run just for a few hours, and you have different speeds, so you can get the airflow going really nice in here. This door, I'll show in the full tour, but this actually opens up and lifts up, and the whole thing slides out, and this is a proper shower and toilet area. So you have an inside shower and toilet room in here, which is really nice.
Check it out. We even have a spot for my soap. There's my bar of soap. It's a black bar of soap called my wallet. And I'm showering. Oh, it goes in. Well, that's cool. It has a little spot where it holds in right there. So I'm taking a shower and I'm like, oh, dang it. I dropped my bar soap. I can't bend like straight over, but I can bend over. I'll fit. If the door was shut, I would be fine. Ooh, this is nice. I wonder if I can Velcro this. I wonder if this comes out so I can have like a view of camping. I want to see outside while I take a shower. This is pretty sweet. Oh yeah, check it out. If I'm like in the mountains and I'm looking off into a lake, I'm taking a shower and looking at the lake. Ooh, that would be nice.
You put your toilet in here too?
Yeah, you put your toilet in here? Yeah. So you just zip this up right here, and there's,
look, you can lay right
and you just bring the toilet, set it in, take it out when you're showering.
Up here we have a nice headliner. This is all marine grade. This is what you're going to see on yachts and really nice boats. All the windows are a dual pane polycarbonate window, which is a lot stronger than glass. And you have these nighttime shades or blackout shades with a aluminum reflective material on the other side, which is good for keeping the sun out. And if you have mosquitoes or bugs, you can bring that down, and it's a super fine mosquito net or screen. Up above here, right here, we have an awesome viewing window for the stars. When you get out into the wilderness, there's nothing better than enjoying the beautiful stars at night, or the scenery in general. Also lets a lot of light into the trailer. Back over here on the sides of the bed, you have outlets on both sides, a his and hers with USB, USB-Cs, 120 volts, We'll work through all the inverters. You also have 12-volt plugs for cell phone chargers. You have reading lights, your AC controls, and then along the whole entire bed, you have tons and tons of cargo space down here. And in each of these cargo spaces, it's all carpeted. So it's nicely finished throughout the entire trailer. Everything is super well done and finished. You also have another fan over here. So when you're sleeping at night, you can get those fans blowing on you and just create some airflow. You can crack these windows. These windows are really cool because you can put the screens down and they have a little air crack mode where it only comes out maybe a quarter or half an inch. Nice little hooks for your clothing. One of the nice things about this fiberglass, the whole entire walls are composite fiberglass with a high density foam insulation core. So this thing is insulated unbelievably well. So if you do turn on the AC, it's gonna turn on and kick off pretty fast because it gets so cold in here. But also heating, cooling, whatever it is, it's gonna hold the temperature really well. Plus the ceiling, fiberglass, and then with this carpet coating creates good insulation, but also sound barrier. I also love the fiberglass because you can put suction cups on these things. So if you wanted to, say, add some little shelves here to put miscellaneous stuff, you can just suction cup it right to this fiberglass. You can really kind of make this your own. You want some towel bars over here or some more stuff over here. This fiberglass works very, very well for suctioning things to it. Another thing is it does have an option for a bed. So you could sleep 3 people in this comfortably. The main bed right here in front of me is a queen size bed. And this mattress is very thick. I think it's a 12-inch mattress. This is an unbelievably comfortable memory foam mattress. And the nice thing is you can option it to anything you want. And if you look around just on the edges here, everything is finished off so nicely. This is all stitched leather on the edges. It just feels so quality. I had a guy come in and he's like, man, we've been looking at trailers forever and like everything is so cheap. You can't just find anything good. You know, I've been watching your videos and I know that you guys carry the biggest lineup of like good off-road quality campers. And I just wanted to kind of see what you had. So he started walking through some trailers. He came into this and he's like, blown away. He's like, dude, the fit and finish and the quality of this trailer is like bar none. I've never seen anything like it. This is what he was saying to me, right? And it is. It's very, very good quality. I think this trailer is beautiful. But coming down over here, I want to show you one last thing. In these drawers right here, you have 2 drawers right here that lock. And look how deep these are. These are massive. This is like your wardrobe, your closet. And just above it, if you are sitting down and you want to eat or have a nice place to work on or a table, you can pull this out and have a nice little prep space or table area, or throw down your computer and work here if you're off-grid doing that. And of course, you have your outlets right here to be able to plug in anything you need to while you're working off-grid. This floor that he's done on here is not like a linoleum or anything. He's done an epoxy, which is really cool because it feels very robust and heavy duty and you could easily wash it off. And I love the styling that they use. It really hides the dirts and keeps it nice and clean inside. You know, guys that we are synced up with, this was almost 2 years ago. So this has been a relationship kind of in the works. I met him at the Overland show down in Flagstaff, and I was kind of just walking around and I happened upon this unit and I was like, oh my gosh. I started looking around and, you know, playing with everything and I was blown away. He also had the whole canvas room out on it too. And I was just like, wow, these are amazing trailers. Anyway, I got talking with him and I was like, man, this must be Australian made because it's really cool. It's like, yeah, it actually is Australian made, but the guy didn't have an accent. He had a southern accent. And I was like, where are you guys from? They're like, we're actually from Tennessee. And I was like, wow, what are you doing with this awesome trailer? And he said, you know what? We actually synced up with the owner, the founder out in Australia. And we told him we want to bring this incredible trailer to America, but we don't want to just import it because, you know, people that import trailers from overseas, it's a lot of money. It's very, very expensive unless you're doing a lot of them, right? And so he said, it doesn't make sense to do that. He said, why don't you teach us, come to America, we'll set up a factory and you teach us how to build these trailers in the United States of America. And then they can be American made and obviously in Australia as well. And so that's essentially what they've done. And here we are now 2 years later We just barely signed all the documents. We are their exclusive dealer in all of America. Super excited about this product. The guys came out, founder from Australia came out, spent a couple days with us going through everything. And then of course I took him off-roading in the mountains to kind of scare the living daylights out of him. We were cruising down. I was in a Jeep and I think he had a great time. I had a great time with them. And it was really neat. Just an incredible group of people. I was inspired by how much they wanted to improve and grow and bring this to the market. So I'm really grateful for that and them. I'm excited to share this product with you. Stay tuned. We'll have a full tour coming soon and we'll go through all of it. We're also going to be taking this off-roading. Actually, next week, we're going to be up here for almost 2 weeks, camping, using, off-roading some of our trailers. And this guy is in the lineup and we're going to see how well it handles our extreme off-roads here out in Utah, in the United States of America. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, reach out to our sales coaches at 801-860-0035. You can call, you can text that number, or you can go to info@RVs of America. If you have questions, go to our website. It's roaoffroad.com or rvsofamerica.com. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you learned something. And really, at the end of the day, hopefully you can get out into nature like this in front of a campfire and enjoy an incredible camper, because that's what it's all about. That's the reason why we buy campers, is to get out and explore and be free. Thanks for watching.